when I bought it, what happened was my daughter was extremely scared of it. We've now confirmed that the Bones guitar is a Telecaster. Somebody's going to have to tell George Lynch because I don't think George knows.
The Know Your Gear podcast. Now it's time for Guitar of the Week.
Guitar of the Week, as I promised last week, is special. It's special guitar. Why is it special, by the way? Let's talk about it. It's actually special for two reasons. It's special because it's Halloween. Sure, I wanted to do something fun for Halloween, and I did. But that's not why it's special. Why it's special is this guitar has a story. Even though this is a brand new guitar to me, it still has a great story. Let me tell you the story, and I thought it perfect on Halloween because two things happened that were really cool this Halloween, and I'm excited about it. So let's talk about the guitar. First, the guitar is a Kiesel. It is a Firefly. Okay, now for the record, so anyone knows, this is not sponsored. I bought this guitar. Okay, so you know, I bought this guitar from Firefly. This is a Firefly recreation of the George Lynch Bones guitar. Ooh, 3D. Let's go to the side cam on that. 3D. Whoa. So yeah, it's three-dimensionally carved out. Or, I don't know if it's carved, but it looks good. It feels good. The body is ash. I took the back plate off because I blocked the bridge. I'll explain why in a minute. Okay, so you have like an ash body, all satin black with the three-dimensional carve. Look at that. You can see how crazy that is. It's got one pickup that is really horrible. That's coming out. It feeds back and it sounds horrible. It's got a Floyd Rose special bridge, I think. Just a Floyd Rose cheap bridge. That's going to probably go out for the Godot. But what they did, if you haven't seen, they had a version like this before. Let's switch cameras again. And the old one, I didn't love the headstock. This one has the correct headstock, the hockey stick headstock, okay? So it's rather heavy, so be prepared for that. This one's probably 8.5, 9 pounds, 8.5 pounds, like a gallon of milk. And it plays great. It feels good on the arm. Now, here's why I'm going to tell you. I actually had one of these, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you the cool part. This is why I'm going to tell you why I'm telling you it's not sponsored. I don't get anything if you buy one, okay? I didn't get this for free. They didn't pay me, right? This guitar has a roasted maple neck. The neck feels amazing. It's really thin. It feels like an ESP neck. It has Grover copy-style tuning keys. Of course, it's made in China. It has, like I said, the locking nut, the bridge. And this guitar shipped to my door was $296. Now, here's why it's an important story to me or a story for Halloween. I actually had a replica of one of these, an expensive one. In fact, I might even, while we're talking, be able to find a picture. I didn't think to queue up the picture of my replica. My replica was very expensive. We had George Lynch come and do a clinic. So George Lynch came, and mine had, it didn't have a logo put on the headstock when I had the replica made, which was really good. It was really, really carved exactly like his. And I had George Lynch sign the headstock. So mine was George Lynch's signature on the headstock. It was a black headstock, and I had him signed with like I think silver or white paint pen. And I absolutely love the guitar. I'm obviously a George Lynch fan, and the guitar was kind of iconic for this, obviously from the Dream Warriors video. And when I bought it, what happened was my daughter was extremely scared of it. Now, this is funny now because my daughter is a young adult now, or she's an adult woman, right? So she's a young adult woman. So it's kind of funny to think of that now, but my daughter was truly scared of it. And if I brought it out, I mean, it freaked her. Here it is. I found it. Look at that. I'm going to show it to you guys. You can even see, look at younger hair. This is me when I was younger and I had hair. Okay, ready? Just kidding, guys. I never had hair. So this is it. This is the original one. You can see right here. So again, you can see the detail in the bones, and there's 3. And then you can see faintly right there, if you're looking, that's George Lynch's signature. Okay. And then it was really cool. So I had this guitar. My daughter was extremely afraid of it. And I didn't know what to do because as soon as I brought it out, she just freaked out. And then she became very aware that it was in the closet. In the bedroom. I didn't have a case for it, so I just put it in a gig bag. And so what I did is I bought googly eyes, those springy googly eyes, and I put googly eyes in the skull, and so it would look cuter, and she still freaked out. And so I sold it because I felt like I could never pull it out and play it. So I sold it, and of course, it was a replica like that was worth good money. By the way, when George went to the clinic, he wouldn't sign some of the J Frog ones, because he had issues with them in the past. But he would, like I said, he signed mine, and so I kind of missed it. It was a cool guitar, but and when I bought that, which was expensive at the time, they then tripled and quadrupled in price over the years. So it just I just couldn't justify buying one again. Obviously, once my daughter was old enough, I'm like, oh, I should get another one. And I thought about boxing it up, but I don't know. I just got rid of it. So when I saw this, I thought, oh my goodness, right? I got to tell you, this one's better than my old one. The roasted neck feels amazing. The frets, it says it's stainless steel frets. I got to double check that. They're not coming across to my mind as stainless steel frets, but fine. The body is so much thinner. Mine was much thicker because, like I said, everything stuck out three-dimensionally. It was round. Like here, where it's a little like flat, mine was actually round, if you saw that. I actually prefer this. It feels way more comfortable than mine. And for $300, this is pretty cool. That's why I said I want to let you guys know if you want to go get one. This is just a replica of this guitar. This is one of those guitars that, $300, you buy it, throw a better pickup in it. If you use the tremolo, it's okay. I obviously blocked it. Now I blocked it because I had to tune this real quick because I wanted to play it for you guys. So we caught it. I dropped it to sea. So what happened was I threw some new strings on it and I dropped it to sea, and then I was like, this is a mess to mess with setting up the tremolo right now. I didn't have time. I just didn't have time. I use tongue depressors. Those look like popsicle sticks. They're basically tongue depressors. They work up fantastic. And when you do repairs for a living for a long time, you'll find tongue depressors are amazing for everything. Okay, and so because what happens is you can take one and break one up in a bunch of pieces like I did, and then just stick them in there, right, until you have, the bridge is blocked, and then tighten down the screws and compress it. And then what's great later, when you have time to actually cut the wood block, you pull the tongue depressors out, and they're literally, you just measure them, and that's the block. So they work great because they're thinner. A lot of people say popsicle sticks, but the tongue depressors are thinner, and you find that what happens is 4 popsicle sticks thick is too thick. 3 popsicle sticks is not thick enough. So tongue depressors is the key. Okay, so that's Guitar of the Week. I will, if you guys want to check out Firefly guitars, you can check them out. Obviously, that's a great buy. That's fun. So if you've ever been wanting to buy one of these, and you've seen them, I will tell you, I saw some reviews, okay? They're accurate. The reviews said that some of the things like this, it just doesn't look as cool as the real one. And like I said, having a real replica of the real one, I can tell you, I like this better. No one cares. So I like the way, I like that it's thinner. I like that it's easier on my arm. I like it. I liked it better. It doesn't have great access, but, and anyways, so here's why the story's funny. So ironically, even though my daughter was afraid of that guitar forever, and so I got rid of it, she used to love this thing she called Snakey, which was a rubber snake, like a fat python rubber snake that we had for Halloween. We pulled out Halloween and she loved it. Isn't that weird? She was scared of this, but so anyways, over time it dry rotted and cracked and broke. And so what happened was a few weeks ago, out of nowhere, my wife and I are in like a Michael's or something. And for the first time in like a decade, we saw a Snakey. And we're like, oh my goodness, there's a snake. And so we bought it for my daughter. So she got it as a gift, right? Because her birthday's in the month of Halloween. So we gave it to her. She was super excited, right? I mean, obviously she's old enough to drink now, so she's definitely not afraid of the snake. But then when I saw this, I go, oh my goodness, we're going to bring Snakey and the Bones guitar back in our lives. It's time. We've matured. We can have things again. Saxby says, isn't she a huge Evil Dead fan? She is a massive huge Evil Dead fan. Oh no, like I said, you gotta understand, my daughter, little girl, right? Like when she was little, she's afraid of Mr. Scary. But now she loves horror flicks. She's the opposite person now. That's what happens as you get older. You become the opposite, I guess, of what you were, I guess. I don't know. Yuli, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, says, where did you buy it? The guitar. So interestingly enough, let me just show you this because it's really a mess. Okay, so Firefly guitars. Ironically, if you go to Firefly Guitars website, you can't buy guitars there. So you got to buy them at this website. It's called Guitar Garden. There you go. Guitars Garden. And weirdly enough, these letters all apply different guitars. The T is for Telly, right? Strat, Telly. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's under Tellys. Because of course it is, right? Of course. When you think Tellys, the guys at G&L are guys at Firefly are hilarious, right? They're like, hey, if you want to get a Telly, here's some Tellys and this thing that's a Telly. Because they just, and you know what? Maybe they're right. Is it a Telly? Hold on to crap. I'm talking shit. And they actually, I think they're right. Look at it. It's a Telly. That's a Telly, right? I mean, if you take this off, right? It's rounded here. It sticks. This is a Telly. Who thought this was a Strat? Come on, fess up. I always thought it was like a bone, like it's a bone version of a Strat, right? George Lynch came out of the wall in the video, and this is a Telly. Telly. I think Firefly's right. It's a Telly. It's not a Strat. Yeah, this is a Telly. George Lynch was playing a Telly. Never knew it. It's the Bones Telly. Never saw that. Somebody said they heard the Firefly thing scam. There might be scams out there, Fireflies. What I can tell you is this. Here's what I can tell you. I've worked with them, so I know things about that. But let's just get back to this. I bought this guitar on this website, Guitar Garden, about a week ago. It did take forever. I saw the review, I think somebody painted one and they were saying theirs took forever too. What does it take forever? It's going to take you like 2 weeks. They're not moving. Trust me. They're not in a hurry. You're going to get your order in and then days go by. But it's Guitar Garden. This is where you have to go. This is their website. And like I said, it came way better than I thought. I thought for sure I was going to be doing a lot of work on this guitar. You know, $290, it's $269, and then with tax was not tax. There's no tax. It was shipping. Mine was $296. We've now confirmed that the Bones guitar is a Telecaster. Somebody's going to have to tell George Lynch because I don't think George knows. We could probably text him right now. I'm not going to do it. Oh, Ben Coombs asked any idea what the bodywood is. It's ash. So Ben, I know we keep coming back to this. The body is definitely ash. That's definitely ash. That's definitely ash. However, what I don't know, and I haven't had enough time, and maybe I will do some investigating and give you updates. What I don't know is, it is very possible, so you guys know, because I've seen versions of these throughout the years. This is not carved. So they could have just cut an ash body, and then they use like basically some kind of clay or something, and then they made all this on top of it, and then they harden it, and then they paint it, and then so this might not be carved out of wood. My gut says it's not, right? My gut says this is some kind of clay, or some kind of material put on top of. But it could be carved because the CNC machines could have done it. I don't know. I can verify that. I actually have a way to verify that, very easy, just not right now. So if that's something that concerns you guys, maybe hold off. But I really think for $300 shipped, this guitar is worth. Look, there's better things you can just spend your $300 on for sure. You don't have to have a dumb wood skeleton guitar. But if you're, if you wanted one your whole life, this will get it out of your system for a price. I believe you'll be able to sell it for used almost the same price. So if you like this clip and you'd like to watch another one, you can click right here. And if you want to see the entire episode of the podcast, you can click right there. As always, thank you for your time and know your gear.